for check-in. Finally, bro. Finally. First order. Very excited. We're coming to win. The competition looks steep, but we're coming to win. Look at this motherfucker, bro. Like, I wish I could look like this. Look at these fucking arms. Lift them up real quick.
Hey, rocking with those dudes, I felt small. Ah. Like, all
right, we're back at the hotel. I wanted to record the first meal my coach gave me, which was 5 ounces of chicken, 210 grams of rice, some asparagus and olive oil, and some salt. But honestly, I was ravenous at that point. So it's all right. I'll record the meals from here on out. I'll get some footage of me posing. I'll do the whole 9, but I needed to eat at that point. Today's been a rough day. To the start, we got here around 6 a.m. Did not get out of the airport until 8:30 maybe, between customs, Shaquille getting stopped by customs on the last scan right on our way out. They lost our bags. We had a bunch of food that we needed to hurry up and get into the fridge, and they were questioning the food. It's like a nightmare. This is my second time in Colombia, actually. The first time went very similar, and didn't learn my lesson. Now I'm back in Colombia, but I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to compete. I was a little frustrated during check-ins. Check-ins was a very long process, but especially because I originally weighed overweight, and then I had to go use the bathroom, come back and get re-weighed again, but I'm just happy it's all over. Now we could perfect the peak. There is a show tomorrow, but I'm not competing in that show. That is a regional show, so that gives me an extra day to fine-tune the look, get my legs back underneath me because they're fatigued, and then I will be competing on Sunday. So tomorrow is going to be very light. We're just going to focus on steps, probably just moving around a little bit, getting posing. I'll probably do a practice pump up with my bands, and that's it. I got to fill back out. I was really depleted. We pushed hard for conditioning this time, but then I also held water from the flight, got backed up, constipated. It was a nightmare. It was truly a nightmare, but I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to get this process going again. I'm grateful for Shaquille for traveling with me on such a last minute notice. Towards the end of this video, I may or may not tell you guys why I decided to compete in this show, but I'll break it to you now that regardless of how this show goes, I may not be competing in nationals in December. Like I said, you're not gonna see this until way after the show anyway, but win or lose, I don't think I'm gonna be competing in nationals for personal reasons, but I may or may not reveal it later. I have to speak to my wife about that. So I'm gonna get some 12 ounces of water in between this meal, send check-ins to coach around 6:30. It's 5:22 right now, but I'm gonna stay off my feet, kick my feet up, and probably throw on a TV and just bullshit with Shaq. So I'll catch you guys a little bit later. I got spoiled at home. I got a vacuum, so leaving my roots. My mother would kill me if she see the way I was sweeping right now. ladies and gentlemen, I was dishonest. I lied. I was supposed to show you guys the last couple meals. Like I said, I was shot. But the next meal that I did not record was a repeat of the previous meal, except it was 240 grams of rice this time around. We were gonna do rice cakes, but we could not find rice cakes out here. We ended up getting some now, but things are in Spanish and no hablo español. So, what I'm gonna do before my last meal, Coach actually just sent it over as we are speaking, so let's see what he says. He said 5 ounces of chicken, 170 grams of rice, so a little bit less rice. Last meal was 240, 14 grams of olive oil, 3 plain rice cakes, 24 grams of nut butter, and I'm gonna have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 8 ounces with this meal, and 16 ounces of water sipped on with the supplements. So that's fiber, magnesium, and vitamin C, right? So that's the plan for tonight. I did just get off the phone with my coach. Got some good visuals, took some screenshots on FaceTime because the pictures just weren't coming out good. Like, and I wanted him to be able to see what I actually am looking like. It's very important for your coach to actually see what you look like. Don't get into downlighting. Don't try to make yourself look, super crazy. Give them honest visuals so that they can make the appropriate adjustments. All right. Right now I'm gonna prepare that water with the supplements. So that's gonna be 16 ounces of water. So I'm gonna measure that out. Shaq went and got us some gallons of water from the market. They delivered it to us. They got here literally, I want to say 10 minutes. So 16 ounces of water. I could have obviously used this, but I want to be as precise as possible. I'm on the phone with my wife, so she's watching me do this. She said hello. So I'm gonna go some fiber. This is just the fiber I use. This is not the supplement company that I work with. I go 1.5 scoops. I want to get that food moving through it. Anything more than that would probably hurt my stomach. And then I'm also gonna take this supplement right here. As you can see, my supplement thing is dirty because one of them bust open in the suitcase. Annoying. This is Revive Sleep, but it has magnesium in it, which is really good for loosening the stool. So, when you really need to go. Right, this is going to be taken with my other nightly supplements. I take my health supplements, NAC, kidney, my heart supplement, and my liver supplement. So, NAC is a liver supplement, but I take 2 separate ones. I like NAC. I really think it helps with inflammation. It's a natural oxidation type of thing. I'm actually going to sip on a little bit of this before the meal. And then I'll still have my 8 ounces with the meal as well. But get the fiber in, get it moving around, get it loosening up some of the stool, hardening it up so that I can potentially have a bowel movement either tonight or in the morning. We still have another day. Tomorrow I'll do a full day of eating. I'm going to pretty much be chilling, hanging out, and I got to get tanned and back here. That's it. I don't want to do anything else. Stay off my feet. Probably get a pump. That's about it. Get some of that food and glycogen moving around into the muscle. This tastes amazing, by the way. But as for my previous meal, I had to make the asparagus. Boy, this tastes amazing. Now I'm gonna take this out of my next meal's budget, but amazing. Look at that. Mm-hmm.
I'm not like that guy. Almost.
Twice my size right now.
Almost.
And he's eating everything in sight. So I envy him, but I also love him to death, and I appreciate him, no matter if he slurps all of his bites. But it's okay. It's okay. All right, so I'm gonna hang out. I will check back in, I promise. Check back in before the last meal. I'll show it to you. And I'm gonna talk to my wife, watch some college football. I am illegally streaming college football. As promised, I said I'll show you guys the last meal. Right. I have the 5 ounces of chicken with the 170 grams of rice. I did end up eating the asparagus. That was here. So can't have it with my meal, obviously. I was waiting while it was heating up and I just ate the asparagus. It's in, it's down. And then I also have rice cake, some peanut butter. There's only enough peanut butter to go on 2 of them. I'll eat the last rice cake alone. I put the salt on this already. And that is it. 14 grams of olive oil is on there. I am ready to chow down. So I'm gonna eat this. See you guys in a bit. All right, good morning, everyone. 20 ounces of water on wake up. I took some nitric oxide, all of my health supplements that I normally take in the morning, nitric oxide, some kidney supplement, liver supplement, heart supplement. I also have some fiber in the morning as well to get things moving through my digestive system. And I'm gonna go downstairs and have some coffee. Hopefully all of this stuff goes through me. And then send some check-in pictures to my coach to start the morning. And we're officially 1 day out. I'm extremely excited. But one thing I do want to talk about, though, and I was speaking to my wife about this, is that I really enjoy the process of bodybuilding. I think more than I like competing. I think competing is so stressful. But I enjoy that day-to-day process of waking up, getting my meals ready for the day, executing everything on a day and watching my body change. That structure and that discipline, I carry it to other aspects of my life. And I think I really enjoy the process of bodybuilding way more than I enjoy competing. Competing is stressful. There's way too many factors and everything that go into play. But I also love it. I do love it. I love getting on the stage and showing everything that I've built and everything I work towards. But I am a process-oriented person. So with that being said, I'm gonna get some check-in pictures and videos to my coach so he can make his assessment, and then he'll dial up meal 1, which I'll have you guys along for. Set. We have 4 ounces of chicken, 210 grams of rice, 8 grams of olive oil, 16 grams of nut butter, quarter teaspoon of salt, and 8 ounces of water with the meal. 16 ounces of water, but we're gonna go for a little bit of a walk afterwards. 5-10 minutes, get the digestion going. That's it. So let's go make it. Audio sorted out, everything sorted out. I'm a noob, and you guys are realizing this. So we're a 2-man army over here when it comes to recording, and neither of us know what we're doing, but it's okay. And I'm leading the brigade on stupidity, but it's 9 o'clock. I had my meal already. I showed you guys that earlier, whether you heard me or not. Probably gonna just use it as B-roll, which is fine. I will go do some cardio. You have to reserve the gym here. So it's not real cardio. It's just a 10-minute walk to help digestion flow. So I'm gonna go to the upstairs. Really small gym, but it's kind of nice view and everything. I'll take you guys with me. So let's go there now. All right, guys, next meal is set. Real quick, you see the shirt? What can I say? 60 grams of cream of rice, 100 grams of bananas. I love this meal. This is my favorite meal of the day. 60 grams of cream of rice, 100 grams of banana. I get some nut butter, some salt, and I also get a half a muffin. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this meal, and after this meal, it's going to be a pump workout. So I'm gonna go up to the gym again. I reserved it for 11 o'clock. And then I'm gonna get a nice pump. I'm gonna show you guys the final product when I'm done with this. These always come out looking amazing, because they are. Especially when I put that pumpkin spice on it. Amazing. So 60 grams I'll let you know when I'm done. I always use this Flavor Gang. I am not sponsored, but really good. You ever stand in front of your microwave and then you look away, you act like you don't care, so everything heats up faster? That's me. Me after every meal. I mean, waiting for every meal. Final product. And I have my water as well. But as you can see, this takes patience. If you really want this to be good, it takes patience. You don't want to rush this because then you won't have the right consistency. And if you know me, I like mine a little bit soupy. Not real soupy. I still like texture, but a little bit soupy. Now you guys know a show day would not be complete unless we were watching college football. Hit it, hit it. Shanked it. Change shirts again. This is actually the shirt from the show. It's pretty nice, but if you know me, I don't like shirts that show my arms. Can't be showing the weak points. But next meal is ready. I'm gonna read that off to you. Now, as for the meal, 4 ounces of chicken, 240 grams of rice, 100 grams of asparagus, 8 grams of olive oil, 12 grams of nut butter, half a teaspoon of salt, and 8 ounces of water with the meal. Why am I excited? The 240 grams of rice. That's why I'm excited. And the nut butter. I'm a big peanut butter guy. So let's get this meal going. I am an old school type of guy. I'm not the new age, put it on the pan, heat it up on the pan. I don't got time for that. I'm on the go, and I'm gonna stand by this microwave until it's complete too. So let's get 240 grams of rice in this bowl. Bam. How about I just show you guys the final product? This rice is being frozen now. 240 on the dot. I'm gonna throw this on there. Show you the final product. I don't do too much of this. I already have sodium on my meal with the salt. So, alright. Show you the final product. Amazing. Extremely grateful.
The information provided to the database in terms of where the crash happened, what happened, how many people died, how many were injured, what type of vehicle, what color vehicle, blah, 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 right?
And you're creating this database right now.
Yes. So now I'm creating a database in which it's a fact table. So the fact table is how many people died, how many people were injured, what is the color of the car, what type of car. But then there's dimension tables such as the date, like what date it is, what month it is, what weekday. And it goes on to the time, what hour, what minute, and then the location, latitude, longitude, what borough, what city, same shit, and the street. And we have this next one is the factor. So what factor contributes to the crash? It'd be like a hazard on the road, defective car, blah, blah, right? So that's.
When I tell you this guy is a fucking genius, I'm not playing. A genius. And I'm over here in my fucking trunks getting ready to pose. I'm over here in my trunks getting ready to pose, and this guy's creating a database. Ladies and gentlemen, next meal is on us. Next meal is upon us. 70 grams of cream of rice, 24 grams of nut butter, 100 grams of banana, scoop away, half a teaspoon of salt, and 8 ounces of water with the meal. After this meal, we're gonna head straight out, go to the tan. I did some posing. Yeah, I'm gonna get this ready. I'll just show you the final product because I'm in a little bit of a rush right now. And I originally was gonna be doing chicken and rice, but I kind of didn't want it to sit in my stomach. So we just changed it up. Same exact macros, but cream of rice, right? Sits a little easier in my stomach, especially since I make it a little bit more soupy. So I'll check back in right when I finish. All right, we're ready to go do tanning. Waiting for our Uber right now. They're gonna be here in a minute. That's the most convenient way to travel around Colombia, by the way. Don't deal with the taxis. They'll haggle you. They'll, try to get money from you. For us to go 15 minutes away, $6. For us to go 15 minutes away in New York, way more. sound you're hearing, I don't have my microphone on, but that sound you're hearing is a blood boiling. I got meal one ready already. Well, I'm gonna continue to get it ready. 170 grams of rice, 3.5 ounces of chicken, 100 grams of asparagus, 7 grams of olive oil, which I'm gonna put right now. And I'm making coffee as we speak. I'm gonna be doing 6 ounces of water and 8 ounces of coffee. That's gonna help things start moving through my system. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat this. Today is show day. I'm pretty tired, so let's just check back in with you a little bit later. We are backstage, getting ready to start pumping up. Sorry for my absence all day. I needed to mentally lock in. So after that first meal, I just sent check-ins to my coach. He gave me another meal. We prepped the meal for the go. We've been here for about 4 hours now. We got here a little bit early, even though we knew that Classic wasn't gonna be competing until the last. But it was all in a plan of being stress-free. I'd rather be early and prepared than late and running behind and unprepared. So I'm just gonna hang out till it's time to go up. I'm gonna pump up. I have some chips, which I'm gonna use as sodium, and some water. I did have a meal earlier, but I don't want something heavy sitting in my stomach right now. I'm holding conditioning very well, so I'm not worried about it at all. So I'll check back in with you guys a little bit later. Hopefully I have good news. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at the hotel. This is my medal for open class B first place, but we fell short of the pro card by 1 placing. So I got second place overall for the pro card. Hey, you win some, you lose some, but I'm extremely grateful. It was a long day. We spent a lot of time at the venue, just hanging out backstage because we wanted to be early rather than late, and we wanted to, like I said earlier, prepare rather than be unprepared. But I'll probably update you guys fully tomorrow. The show experience was great. It was just a little bit difficult for me because I don't speak Spanish and everything was in Spanish. One of the judges knew I was from America though, so they started to say some things in English. But when it came to giving out the awards, saying the numbers in Spanish, and I didn't actually hear my number be called out when they gave me first place, so a little bit awkward. Shaq, you gonna come sit down? What to eat? Oh, yeah, I'm recording. Come sit.
Respect the space, man.
No, bro, you're part of the video. I act like he's not here too, bro. This is all a part of the video.
RESPECT.
So, what we're about to do is we ordered some food, which is probably gonna be one of the few cheat meals that I have. I'm not gonna go crazy. So we're gonna have some food, drink some water, rehydrate, because we did dehydrate pretty badly. Oh my God, that's a little bit too much rehydration. And we ordered some burgers. So let's see what we got going on here. They packaged this extremely well, actually. I don't know, but leaving at 6 in the morning. So we ordered from this place called Bacona. That's the wings. Which one? Oh, we got some. All right, so we got wings right here. We got to order with your eyes, right? 2 orders of wings. This is the loaded fries.
We got the same thing.
You got the same thing?
Yes, sir.
Fully loaded?
Yes, sir.
Mine is probably inside of mine. Nope, they gave us our burgers. So we got 2 burgers as well. Mine has pulled pork on it and everything. And no. All right, same thing. So I'm gonna show you guys this food real quick, and then I'm cutting this video off. And like I said, I'll give you guys a full update tomorrow because starving and I just wanna relax. Look at that. That's the burger. All right, signing off. Catch you guys tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're a few days post-show. I never really closed out the end of the video, so I thought I'd reflect for a little and then come back later to give you guys a recap. So, with that being said, About the show, it was an amazing experience. Tough at times, mainly because of the language barrier, but that did not stop the show from being great. The one thing I want to say is these different countries, whether that be Brazil, Colombia, Europe, all of South America, to be honest, the one thing that you really could notice is that bodybuilding seems like a niche or a hobby in America, whereas in these other countries, this is their NFL, this is their NBA, this is their Super Bowl. The level of intensity backstage at these other shows was mind-blowing, to say the least. They care so much. They have teams, they have people around them who build them up. And I'm not saying that this doesn't go on in America. Obviously it does. I do think there's shows everywhere. There's shows every weekend. 10 shows a weekend. They're everywhere. Everybody competes in America. They rolled out of bed today and they were like, let me go throw in some trunks and get on stage. But in these other countries, they're all sanctioned by the NPC worldwide. And with that, they don't have the same of shows that happen at once. So they're traveling and they're serious when they come. The level of the physiques out there was mind-blowing. Open bodybuilders in particular, I must say, they all look like pros. They look like they could be a pro. And you see it in their physiques that they are training very hard, they're dieting very hard. And the one thing I can say about myself is that my shape carried me, my presentation carried me, posing. I could say muscularity as well. But those people who placed lower than me in the class, I won the class, B, they were dense, they were hard, they were shredded. You could tell they put the work in. And that motivated me because I could tell somebody dieted harder than me. I could tell somebody worked harder than me. And that put a battery in my back to go out there and be even better. So with that being said, after speaking to my coach, my wife, and everybody around me who was in my close circle, I am not going to be competing at nationals, and I will be taking time off, particularly to focus on my weak points. Present the best package next time, and I will be doing Universe, which the show date is not announced yet, but they always have it around the first weekend in July or the last weekend in June. That is my plan. I'm excited. Everything's going to stay the same as far as staying on diet, staying on plan. We're increasing the food. We're going to push things a little bit harder. We pull back. And then we're going to go into another prep. Prep this time around, I'm going to start at a leaner body fat percentage because I don't have an extreme amount of leeway as far as weight cap. But the goal is to put on muscle in the areas that I want to grow. Now, I do have a new training split. I do have a new diet and protocols. Explain a little bit further in another video, but I just want to give the closure as far as this season. It was an amazing season. I met so many new people, new competitors who all have that same fire as myself and that same desire to be great. And I love that. And I've already announced it on Instagram, so everybody has seen that already. If you're coming from Instagram, you know this already. So I've already, a bit of my split, a few of the meals that have been added onto the meal plan, a few of the other fun stuff that was added. I'm really excited because, like I was saying in the video before, I love the process of bodybuilding more than I love competing. And just this process gets me amped up to wake up every day. I'm not afraid of the monotony whatsoever. I can do the same thing every single day because there is no mystery. I don't wake up in my day thinking, what am I going to eat today? And then you eat some junk and then you not conducive to your goals whatsoever. Everything that I eat is literally building me and making me closer and closer to my goal. Every single meal, they all accumulate. It's an accumulation thing. So this one meal, okay, just one meal today, then I do the same thing the next day. So don't be the person that waits for prep to dial it all in. Stay dialed in year round. That's where you're going to see the most progress. Prep is just where you're going to show everything that you've built. But with that being said, this is going to be a very exciting series, the rebound series. We're still on the road to pro, but now we're entering a new chapter. And I'm not going to be gone for long. We're only looking around 33 weeks. But I will be back on that stage, and I will win my pro card. And that's a promise, because I could have did it at nationals, and I'm not being cocky, I'm just being confident. I do think that I would have went to nationals, because you only have to place top 2 in your class, and I would have gotten my pro card. But that's not the physique that I want to be representing the IFBB Pro League. I have more to give, and I will give more.